hip bridge action.
I'm Diane Flores, and I am here to teach you how to do a hip bridge with a plate. Not like a plate of brownies, like a weight plate, okay? Why do you want to do a hip bridge? Because you want a nice arse, you want a nice jump in the trunk, you want a great booty, and you want to make sure that we're building those muscles and we're not just doing endless exercises or running on the treadmill and running our booty off. We want to build and sculpt and tone and lift, right? I know I do. So you want to make sure that you can safely and effectively bring a 45-pound plate down to the floor. Now, if you've never done these before, you may want to start with a 25-pound or even a 35-pound plate to start with. I'm going to show you what this looks like with a 45-pound, just getting a little more resistance, so that way you can really target and hit those glutes nicely, okay? So it takes a little maneuvering. Don't worry, don't be embarrassed at the gym. It's all good. You're going to be walking out of there with a very nice, tight, and firm rump, all right? So we're going to come down to the floor, and this is always a fun one to maneuver into. So just be careful. You want to bring this plate onto your lap, and you can see it's a nice, large size plate. So it may take some practice to get into that spot. Okay, I'm going to turn to this side here. I'm going to walk myself out, and I'm going to lower my body down, 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 down to the floor. And I want to rest this barbell, or this, this barbell. No, this is not a barbell. This is a plate, folks. Rest this plate on my hips. And it's taking up most of my torso. So if this is like squishing your internal organs and it feels too heavy, make sure to go down and wait, okay? So I'm gonna look down, make sure my knees are about shoulder width apart, bring my heels as close to my booty as I possibly can. I'm gonna hang on to this because when I hips go up, I don't want this coming down and breaking my teeth because I like my teeth, okay? So come up as high as you can onto your shoulders, so that means you're gonna lift through the chest. This makes a difference. So if you're just flat, you're not gonna get as high of a range of motion. You wanna drive your elbows into the floor, pinch and squeeze your shoulder blades, bring your feet in, and then you're going to inhale, and then you're gonna exhale and lift. Okay, so you'll notice I'm letting my hips do all the work. I'm gonna drop down. Maybe, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a slight arch to my back when my hips are down. So I'm arching, there's space underneath my back, and then when I come up, I'm going to thrust my hips forward and immediately go into a neutral or flat spine. Okay, so you want to try to keep that weight as close to the hips as possible coming up, squeezing. I don't know if you guys can see, but my toes are lifted off of the floor and I'm driving through my heels, meaning I'm trying to really press my heels into the ground, come up, tuck my pelvis under and squeeze, and then drop it down. Okay, so you're going to do a good 10 to 15 of these bad boys and make sure you're feeling that burn. You should start to feel a dull ache in the outside of the glutes. Okay, you can play around with your foot positioning if you want to make it more challenging. You can bring your feet together, seal your thighs together, and then come up. Same thing, coming up and squeezing. That's going to hit a different part of the glutes and the hamstrings. So it's going to feel a little awkward. It definitely will. So you can also do a sumo-like stance where you turn your toes out. It's going to hit more upper glutes. You're going to come up, squeeze. You'll notice you could probably get a higher range of motion onto your back when you do take the sumo stance. And then to come out of it, you're just going to give yourself a little roly-poly slide to the left, and then set that weight plate up, roll it out and off to the side. So really the challenge is mainly going to be just getting into that first position with the plate on your back and being very careful when you hoist that weight around and making sure to not overextend yourself by doing something that's too heavy. So if you need to, like I said, start with the 25. Those plates are going to be smaller. Just make sure the weight is on your right over your hips, so that way you can use your hips and your glutes to lift up. And that'll be a great booty tightening and toning exercise for you to add to your repertoire. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe for more videos because I got a lot more where that came from. See you guys.